Och bam! Där är vi live. Good morning, good morning. It's Monday morning and I'm trying out a new mic. It's a little bit more expensive, so I hope it takes away some of the background noise in the car, since I think it has been a little bit high earlier, even though I haven't been testing out a new external mic. So we'll see how this will go. Today I'm gonna talk about what does the word success mean. It's a word like sort of wealth. You often combine it with the word money, but it doesn't have to be. And success can be pretty much anything about how you're realizing some sort of goal. I think it was Dale Carnegie who said that success is the realization of a worthy goal. So he emphasized on a worthy goal. So for example, I think he brings up, I'm not sure, but he might bring up the word porn. That is not worthy, he thinks. Oh, we got a speed camera, I gotta check it out. Yeah, we're holding it 60 maximum. Yeah. So he thinks that that a accomplished goal should be worthy, and so you just can't say that it has to be you have to achieve a goal. No, it has to be worthy. Yeah, I'm pounding that in. Oops, it's road bumps. I don't like them. Yeah, so the realization of a worthy goal. And wealth can mean, in Sweden we call, I think the word is rikedom. Oh man, what is this, the sound? The car is breaking down, you know. So rikedom or wealth can involve, you know, what's the sound? In Sweden, I think the Swedish word is better. It's a combination of two words, rich and yeah, you know me in English. So combination of health, you know, love and yeah, all these pieces that makes your life feel good, you know. You have trustable friends and hopefully, for me, a goal, some sort of a goal. It has become a goal. Something sound is, yeah, something is wrong with the car apparently. Nah, we just drive it. Yeah, so I'm bumbling here, but I didn't used to feel I wanted children. I didn't want it. It was just a hassle, you know. And I was afraid I wasn't gonna be a good dad, you know. I have these stories telling myself that I had the same genes as my dad, you know. My dad left before I was even born. So I've been very hesitated about getting children, you know, and I've seen a lot of bad examples also, where, you know, yeah, pretty kids that are screaming, and I've tried it out also, not with my own child, but with a girlfriend who had a small child, and you know, it's a bit of competence also. You have to get become knowledgeable about it. You just can't go by flow. Yeah, you probably can, but if you want, you know, the long term, you might have a good chance that the kid turns out all right, but you have to. I think you have to. It's a competence to bring up a child and love them and give them all they need, you know, and building this bond. Yeah, I'm gonna put it on the speeding. Yeah, automatic speeding. So yeah, what am I coming at? Yeah, but anyway, I didn't used to want children. I was really scared to end up in a relationship with a child that the relationship wasn't any good and so on, the mom wasn't any good and so on, and of course I still am, so I don't get in a relationship where I don't think the mom is a good mom. And but I have changed. I am listening to some people who thinks that child is the best things, you know, and that you can really develop this bond and learn how to do it, and the non-aggressive parent, and there's a certain word for it, and yeah, I'm a bit late, so I have to speed it up today. So yeah, you know, we evolve, we change, and now I think I would like a child, even though it limits my freedom. It limits your freedom. It costs a lot of money and so on, but so what? I think the benefits are more if you do it right. So you just gotta find that person that you want to get involved with, having a child, or 2 or 3, or how many you want. Yeah, so finding the great partner, that is the big challenge. Man, are there a lot of confused people out there. And I've been searching a long time, and I've done some trials with some girls, and yeah, they don't, you know, you're always aiming for the hard part. I am at least. You're aiming for, yeah, pretty much the best out there. I've always done that when it comes to girls. I haven't settled for less. So searching for the right partner, that is the big question for many of us. And it's not easy to find them. You know, when you're young, you usually, most people, I think, at least I did. Oh man, the sun is coming again. you think you know it all, you think you're head of the game, you know, you think you're smart, you almost think you're untouchable. I thought I was so disillusioned when I was young that I thought I had a pact with God or something like that I could do almost anything and not be killed. Yes, actually, I thought I was pretty much unbeatable. I was telling myself stories, you know. I was driving a motorcycle and I drive like mad sometimes. Sort of an adrenaline junkie. But I survived those years. Yes, I did. And I'm glad for that. It was close sometimes, you know, but I thought I couldn't die, you know. Yeah, disillusion. You know, we're telling ourselves these stories or indoctrinate or yeah, something like that. So anyway, I thought I was also deserving the best girl. You know, you were watching the movies, you know, always the white knight, the white horse, and Ivanhoe. You know, this movie is where the hero ends up with the great girl, not the perfect girl, but a good girl, beautiful girl, or yeah. So you know, you were raised by these sort of movies. Nobody told you the truth. You had to try to figure it out yourself, and of course you figured it out wrong. I did, at least. And yeah, you have this illusion of your life, you know. You're gonna get the perfect family, not be the great dad and have the great wife and the great children and great job and the great friends, and yeah, it all shines. And yeah, then you face up to reality and you notice that man, are these girls hard to find? Great girls? Yeah, there are great girls out there, but then you gotta find the attraction, and yeah, even the great girls are some sort of delusion, or haven't figured things out, just like yourself. So you have to you know, they say love is a combination of accepting the bad parts. It's about tolerance and so on. Yeah, you have to tolerance a lot of stuff if you want to be in a relationship and being with people in general. You know, you have to realize that they might be ahead of you in the thought process, and they have learned more than you, and so on. And you know, you always find different kinds of opinions. That it wasn't that case when you were in school in first class and all the way up to ninth class. You know, you were all raised pretty much the same. So pretty much the whole class. Yeah, I'm exaggerating. But pretty much the whole class was pretty much taught the same way, and the opinions wasn't that far from each other, because we had the same teacher, we had the same environment pretty much. We had different parents, of course, and that made a little bit of difference, of course, but in general, you know, pretty much the same. Sweden was a safe place to be brought up, and yeah, you get what I'm saying. Now, when you have got internet and you can find your own source of education and try to read a lot of books and so on, you get different kinds of opinions than the general indoctrination, you know. So yeah, and what I'm saying is that the more you differentiate yourself, which I sort of have, the more you feel different than the others, and you can't. It's getting harder to connect, unfortunately, since the opinions go like they go different ways, and it's getting harder to respect people for their views and so on. The more you go your own way and learn yourself. And in my case, I've read a lot of books and been influenced by a lot of people on the internet. So I have changed views on many things. When I was brought up, you know, the environment was pretty much the same. People didn't know much. In my opinion, they had been taught by TV and the environment and school, society, and their job partners and so on. But there wasn't a lot of influence from outside. Yeah. So where am I going with this? Yeah, I don't really know. I'm just talking. Yeah, I'm just babbling along. Gotta do something on the way to my work, you know. I'm a wage slave, sort of. Yeah, it's voluntary, so can't say I'm a slave, but I'm a slave for the salary. Yeah, but it's voluntary. Yeah, it's voluntary. I'm all for voluntarism, you know. Gotta be voluntary. Not coercion. And there's too much coercion in today's society, by the way. Yeah, I think I'm approaching my time limit here, so I'll pause it. Thanks for watching. I might be doing a little bit more before I close today. I still have a long time left. Bye bye. Yeah, I thought I was gonna talk a little bit about corruption. You know, what is corruption? You have the picture of it's about bribes and this sort of thing and this sort of stuff, you know. You have to pay under the table, and you have to kiss up to people and so on. You gotta know the right people, you know. You gotta sneak under the table and here you have some money, man. Yeah, you gotta do it right, man. Oh man, it was an animal. Yeah, grabbling. So anyway, corruption. The human being can easily be corrupted. You know the saying, power corrupts. I think it's true. Get too much power, it corrupts you. You think you're higher than everyone, you think you're smarter, you think you're better, stuff like that. But corruption also can be that can also be that you have to have a lot of laws for people to caravan, an old Kabe, an old Kabe is caravan. So yeah, corruption. If people can't behave themselves, which they apparently often can't, some people at least, then you have to make laws. You have to make rules and so on, so people don't overuse the facilities, everything. You know, today, if people weren't governed by rules, by common law, they would plunder you. They would do all things. They do plunder you in some ways today, even, but they do it by the government. So the majority rules, the mob rules, you know. And some road works up here. It's a flashing truck. Yeah, so there's a what am I getting at? Yeah, I know I'm a bit slow. The more there's a quote. The more numerous the laws, the more corrupt the country. So the more numerous the law, the more corrupt the country. I think it's Tacticus who said it. Tacticus. So by that he means by the more laws you have, the more corrupt people, the more corrupt society. And yes, I think there's something in that sentence. Absolutely. The more laws you have to keep people in line, keep them in check, the more corrupt the country is. The more lack of morals and civilized behavior. So even though I live in a pretty good country after all, I live in Sweden, if you don't know. We have a lot of laws here. We have a lot of coercion. We have a lot of you can't do that, you can't do that. Yeah, I can do that. You have to apply for that. You have to. There's always something you have to know. There's too many laws, you know. So the people are pretty corrupt in this country, unfortunately. They're holding the line. Oh man, get out of the way. Yeah, gotta slow down. Yeah, so what you want to be doing is living in a civilized country. And so what is civilized? Yeah, when when you can live in peace and behave in a pretty good way. You behave, you respect others, you respect other people's properties, their work, you know, and you don't accept corruption. You want to live in a country where things are voluntary and you're not forced to do a lot of things against your will. That is, and you respect other people's property and so on. Yeah, I know. You might come to that level where where it's not possible to respect other people's property and so on, because you're pretty much dying. You know, you're doing all you're trying your best. You're working hard and trying to figure things out, and you still can't get ahead. Well, then people might have taken too much land or whatever. They don't want to share. So then it becomes about surviving, and you know, you're not civilized. But a society has to make room for people, and making it possible to at least try to survive, you know. Even though we might be too many on this planet. Human being has spread everywhere, and it's pollution and everything, and so on. We're taking too much place from the other species. looking from an perspective. Yeah, I'm babbling along here. I'm doing using my headset. I hope it's working fine. It's taking away a lot of noise. We'll see. Och paus på det här också där.